sure, tell your people, go out and take some risks, make some money, understand the risk, manage the risk, stay within our risk appetite, and understand, if you take stupid risks, you're going to be accountable.
I always don't put me on the pedestal. Just stop that. Companies make mistakes and CEOs make mistakes.
While Diamond's management style has helped the bank grow even larger than its competitors, it's also expanded his role in the industry.
If you're the Treasury Secretary and there's something broken in the banking industry, Jamie Dimon's your first call.
Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen called Diamond to kickstart First Republic's initial rescue effort.
It bought the bank time. It did seem to help the crisis, and really other CEOs and other banks have been like, it was Jamie.
And over the years, Diamond has become the go-to voice for banks in Washington.
Members of the committee, I appreciate the opportunity to talk about JPMorgan Chase, and all of America's largest banks as a force for good for the country, its citizens, and the global economy.
When they all go to testify pretty much every year in front of Congress, the other CEOs are like, let's let Jamie answer the question. We'll let him be the guy out front. And part of that's because he built this reputation, and he's less worried about losing his job, getting regulators mad at him.
I think it will put smaller banks in a position that when a crisis hits, they will virtually have to stop lending because putting up those reserves will be too much at precisely the wrong time. I do think it's become an issue for you all to reconsider.
And Diamond is known to be outspoken in public statements, too.
Bitcoin itself is a hyped-up fraud. It's almost an embarrassment being an American citizen traveling around the world and listening to the stupid we have to do in this country. You ask me, I'll tell you my opinion is that's not a J.P. Morgan opinion, stuff like that.
He is the same person privately and publicly. He'll curse, he'll get excited about things, he'll dismiss other things. He is Jamie.
A spokesperson for JPMorgan Chase and Jamie Dimon declined to comment for this video. After nearly 2 decades atop JPMorgan Chase, there have been questions about who could fill his shoes when he decides to move on.
He truly has no hobbies, from what I can tell. Because even his friends are like, he doesn't do anything other than run the bank.
But Dimon doesn't plan on going anywhere soon.
I'm not going to play golf. I love my country, I love my company, I love my family. I'm going to do something. I can't do this forever. I know that. But my intensity is the same.
A normal person might say it's time to hang up the shoes, but Jamie Dimon is not necessarily a normal person.
4 decades after its creation, Silicon Valley Bank was the 16th largest bank in the U.S. It took just a day and a half for it to fall apart.
This is the second biggest bank failure that's ever happened in the United States.
Once seen as a major tech banking player, SVB's stunning collapse spurred other bank closures, rattled global markets, and threatened the livelihoods of startups across the country. So,
it's both
what
powerful
went wrong?
and threatening. Sometimes the latter
Silicon
trait
Valley
is
Bank
far more
opened in
useful.
1983 to serve fledgling tech companies. Eventually, nearly half of the country's venture capital-backed technology and life sciences companies would rely on SVB. Roku, Roblox, and many others put millions into the bank, helping SVB become one of the nation's largest.
Some of these clients would definitely be considered risky. These are companies that move quickly, and their money moves quickly. When things sort of went off the rails, they were quick to move their money out of the bank.
After the banking crisis that triggered the Great Recession, President Barack Obama signed the Dodd-Frank Act, making banks like SVB face stricter regulation.
It is designed to make sure that everybody follows the same set of rules.
But 8 years later, during the Trump administration, some of those regulations on smaller banks were rolled back.
By liberating small banks from excessive bureaucracy, and that's what it was, bureaucracy. We are unleashing the economic potential of our people.
Some of the rules were rolled back for these banks that had less than $250 billion in assets. So you have the biggest banks like Bank of America and Chase, those have very strict rules, but the ones that are a step below have looser rules.
2 years later, SVB was flooded with cash as businesses deposited more during the pandemic. Deposits tripled in 2 years to $189 billion, making 2021 SVB's most profitable year ever.
Our core business continues to fire on all cylinders.
So SVB Financial took that cash and bought tens of billions of dollars of longer-term U.S. Treasuries and government-backed mortgage securities, products usually considered safe.
People and companies just put money in their bank accounts, and banks said, we have to do something with this. We have to earn some income on it, so they bought bonds with it.
SVB's securities portfolio rose about $100 billion in under a year.
After SVB had stockpiled that $100 billion plus in bonds, all of a sudden interest rates rose.
The committee anticipates that ongoing increases in the target range for the federal funds rate will be appropriate.
What happens when interest rates rise is bond prices fall. Banks, including SVB, that were holding on to a lot of bonds, were sitting on a bunch of losses.
Soon, SVB's investments were worth $17 billion less than their fair value.
And so all of a sudden, the gap between what SVB had paid for those bonds and what they were worth on paper had jumped to more than $17 billion. And that was the key risk that would eventually lead to SVB's undoing.
It becomes worse. Interest rates rose, and deposits falling $30 billion from March to December. Talking about the end of 2022,
Eddie,
CEO Greg
I don't
Becker
believe this
told
counts as
CNBC
We kind of felt that bottoming out. We kind of felt that we were kind of at that lower point.
the vast majority of the bank's deposits were held in just 37,000 accounts that held more than $250,000, the amount insured by the FDIC. Then, in a regulatory filing on March 8th, SVB announced it sold a large chunk of security at a loss of $1.8 billion to help it cover that decline in deposits.
The regulatory filing that Wednesday sparked a lot of fear. The stock fell a tremendous amount, which is never a good sign.
And investors were already on edge. Crypto-focused bank Silvergate had just announced it would wind down a return on deposits. So the bottom was about to fall out. Startup CEOs began receiving urgent calls from panicked venture capital investors.
He was out of breath, like he had just run a marathon, and he said, take your money out of SVB, go into your account, take your money out as soon as possible.
What started as a trickle of withdrawals quickly turned into a tidal wave as word spread across the valley. More and more startups pulled their cash. It was a run on the bank, and the beginning of the end for SVB. The next day, the bank's stock price went into free fall as customers tried to withdraw $42 billion in deposits. SVB ran out of cash.
All of a sudden, everyone's saying, whoa, wait a minute, this bank is risky. The bank has enough money to cover deposits if they come out in sort of a peaceful, orderly fashion. Reaching for the exits at once, it doesn't.
That day, regulators seized the bank. The FDIC said in a statement that customers would have full access to their insured deposits in 3 days. But the bank had more than $151 billion worth of deposits at the end of 2022 that weren't insured. They were over the $250,000 limit. 2 days after SVB's collapse, a second bank with a different set of problems, Signature, failed and was seized by regulators, the third largest failure in history.
And now people are starting to worry about other banks as well. It's very much kind of a whack-a-mole situation right now. Federal officials, state officials, everyone's in sort of an unenviable position of trying to shore up confidence in the banking industry so it doesn't turn into an easy look at it.
On Sunday, March 12th, regulators announced that even uninsured deposits over $250,000 from the two banks would be covered. On Monday, March 14th, Signature told clients that due to the U.S. Treasury, Federal Reserve, and FDIC, all deposits were not at risk. SVB's focus on Silicon Valley made it uniquely vulnerable to a run.
Its fortunes were really
Now, some, like President Joe Biden, are blaming the Dodd-Frank Act rollback for the failures.
I'm going to ask Congress and the banking regulators to strengthen the rules for banks to make it less likely this kind of bank failure would happen again.
With investigations into SVB underway, the bank's clients will see their money returned, but shareholders are out of luck. When asked about the possibility of bailing out Silicon Valley Bank, the Treasury Secretary said,
We're not going to do that again, but we are concerned about depositors and are focused on trying to meet their needs.
Fistos are just the best snack. They're easy to carry with you and go with so many sauces. Actually, I'm gonna go buy some. Be right back.
So we've got to talk about Tesla Cybertruck and the strange occurrence by one of the Tesla cult members. This guy crashed his Cybertruck, and you can actually see it here. The Tesla hit a pole, looks like to be the right side of the truck, and frankly, probably totaled, would be my guess. These things are really expensive to repair if you don't know. What's interesting about this particular crash is the driver, apparently, the cult member, is praising Elon. So I wanted to dig into this, like what is going on, what are people saying, and I want to get your thoughts about this stuff, because oftentimes I feel like I'm gaslit when I see these things, thinking like, okay, what is reality anymore? So this is a guy, his name is Jonathan, and he says, so, my Tesla Cybertruck crashed into a curb and then a light post on 13.2.4. And that's referring to the Tesla software. They update every now and then, so I guess we're on version 13. So it hit a curve and then a light post. He says, thank you, Tesla, for engineering the best passive safety in the world. I walked away without a scratch. So he's happy, I guess, that he's able to walk away. The thing is, like, my first reaction to this is like, maybe you shouldn't crash in the first place if you're driving a different car. And then I guess I can see it finish right there. It's kind of interesting, Wilson. He says, it failed to merge out of a lane that was ending. There was no one on my left and made no attempt to slow down or turn until it had already hit the curb. So if you understand what he's saying here, first he's like, okay, I'm on the robot driving thing, version 13. Thank you, Tesla, for best safety. And then he's like, it failed. So I'm thinking the way this is worded is that the Tesla crashed, and he's thanking Elon. So it's so stupid. Now he says here, big fail on my part, obviously. Don't make the same mistake I did. Pay attention. It can happen. I follow Tesla and FSD pretty closely and haven't heard of any accident on version 13. And all before this happened, it is easy to get complacent now. Don't. And if you guys don't understand that the big problem with these Tesla full self-driving things, okay, is one, it's actually not full self-driving. You're supposed to keep your hand near the wheel. Although a lot of people get sort of see the word complacency because Elon has promised you all along that the robot driving tech is awesome, that it works, etc. In this situation, clearly it did. Hit a curve, that hit the pole, almost killed the guy, but then now he's thinking Elon. You guys ever see the irony of this? And it's funny because I was thinking about how this is similar to, say, the MAGA people where like, own the libs.
The Special Security and Surveillance Patrol isn't involved in regular patrol duties around Fontaine. The people we're after aren't exactly the type who just pop up on the street. Oh, Feastos are just the best snack. They're easy to carry with you and go with so many sauces. Actually, I'm gonna go buy some. Be right back.
But growing up ain't easy. Too many things to do weekly. Too many thoughts to think deeply. Too many thoughts to be sleeping. Yeah, oh, I gotta be.
The musket is my favorite weapon. It's both powerful and threatening. Sometimes the latter trait is far more useful. Oh, Feastos are just the best snack. They're easy to carry with you and go with so many sauces. Actually, I'm gonna go buy some. Be right back. The musket is my favorite weapon. It's both powerful and threatening. Sometimes the latter trait is far more useful. Oh, Feastos are just the best snack. They're easy to carry with you and go with so many sauces. Actually, I'm gonna go buy some. Be right back.
Please remember to leave a like and comment down below.
Legally binding piece of paper that says whatever is asked of you, you do it. We asked. You did. In 1990, you signed another. A renewal. In it, had you bothered at all to read it, they still need that is we.
Single shit.
The Special Security and Surveillance Patrol isn't involved in regular patrol duties around Fontaine. The people we're after aren't exactly the type who just pop up on the street.
You don't hear?
Three of them. Order of operations. The one your parents taught you thinking you were...
The musket is my favorite weapon. It's both powerful and threatening. Sometimes the latter trait is far more useful.
We know that the billionaire buddy of Donald Trump, Elon Musk, is a driving force behind the 51st state. So let's punch back against him. We should also mention he's not only the billionaire buddy of Donald Trump, he's also the billionaire buddy of Pierre Poilievre here in Canada. We want to pick a fight with this guy because we want to take him on. I'm not going to stand back while he takes shots at our country. So our move now is we want to put a 100% tariff on Tesla cars. You pick a fight with Canada, we're going to fight back. We're going to make sure Donald Trump and Elon Musk do it. We know that the billionaire buddy of Donald Trump, Elon Musk, is a driving force behind the 51st state. So let's punch back against him. I should also mention he's not only the billionaire buddy of Donald Trump, he's also the billionaire buddy of Pierre Poilievre here in Canada. We want to pick a fight with this guy because we want to take him on. I'm not going to stand back while he takes shots at our country. So our move now is we want to...
Oh, Feastos are just the best snack. They're easy to carry with you and go with so many sauces. Actually, I'm gonna go buy some. Be right back.
Sarah, the dreams you left, it's up to us to build them.
Hey, kid. I'd like to sing for you, if that's okay. I mean, after all, promise is a promise, right? So listen up. This is yours.
You stood, always smiling, ever quiet, ever tender, and colorless child, always frightened.
The Special Security and Surveillance Patrol isn't involved in regular patrol duties around Fontaine. The people we're after aren't exactly the type who just pop up on the street.
Unshed tears. As we cry, tell of tomorrow, and I wear in your arms, and I heard that ring out across the land, bringing me down to your heart. The love that you gave me once and will live on. The tears in our soul.
Let's begin the strategy meeting. First off, I need to ask. Lieutenant, how is Squad 7's morale?
It's been 3 weeks since we lost Isara. We're all still in shock, Captain. Personally, it still doesn't seem real to me. I can't believe she's really gone.
Oh, Feastos are just the best snack. They're easy to carry with you and go with so many sauces.
I sent in a request to General David to allow this army and received full clearance. The Galleon militia's next task is to liberate a small Booker town called Broome. The regiment will surround the area while your squad enters and secures the plaza. Any questions, Lieutenant?
No, Captain. I'm taking temporary personal leave, but I wish you the best of luck out there.
Also, I'd like to introduce the new tank pilot assigned to the Enterprise.
I'll do the best I can, Vulcan. Reese.
He recently volunteered to be a pilot. I'm hereby assigning him to Squad 7.
The musket is my favorite weapon. It's both powerful and threatening. Sometimes the latter trait is far more useful.
I'm still nowhere near as skilled as she was, but I'll do my very best. Thank you, Reese.
That concludes our meeting. I look forward to good news from Broome. Dismissed. Bowson was lost, and Gregor with it, in a warrior's death.
What comes next, Maximilian? Things aren't looking very good these days.
The Empire claimed the earliest victories, and most of Gallia with them.
Their struggles since have bested the detachments holding each location.
Meaning, we reconcentrate our forces.
The
Yes.
Special Security and
Send word
Surveillance
to
Patrol
gather
isn't
our
involved
armies
in
on the
regular
Magyar
patrol
Plain.
duties around Fontaine. The people
So
we're
far,
after aren't exactly the
The
type who
time
just
has
pop up
come
on the
to show
street.
these wolves your power.
Sir, by my Valkyrian blood, I swear the Gallian forces will bow before you.
I believe it. They won't last long once you get serious. And that's good news for me and the prospects for Firald's reinstatement.
Once we conquer Gallia, you shall have independence for your homeland. But until then, you have no country of your own. You shall serve us for your very life.
I'm well aware, Your Grace. The fate of
The
the Empire
musket
is
is
no
my
concern
favorite
of
weapon.
mine.
It's both powerful and threatening.
Maximilian
Sometimes the latter trait is far more useful.
That's the only reason I'm fighting this war.
We're back. Back to where it all started.
It's been 5 months since we left Rule. Now, all but one of us is back to make this home again.
Captain Farad said she specifically requested this operation from General Damon.
She said that?
The Special Security and
Yes.
Surveillance Patrol isn't involved
She
in
feels
regular
about it,
patrol
but
duties around
she begged
Fontaine.
him to give us Brule.
The people we're after aren't
She
exactly
wanted
the
us to
type who
remember
just
why
pop
we're
up on the
fighting.
street.
To help us get past Isara's death. For right now, let's stop thinking and just move forward. Let's take back Isara's home. Back again. I had to return one more time. The area we saw last time. No matter what I try, the door won't open anymore. Always when it turns all
The musket is my favorite weapon. It's both powerful and threatening. Sometimes the latter trait is far more
I'm a
useful.
sister of Valkyria. They hide the truth from all but their own. The door won't let me in, given what's on the walls. Maybe it opens only for the Valkyrie. Maximilian got through, but he had Salvaria with him. She must have opened it for him. Wait. The door was closed when we first arrived. Then wait. The one who opened it was... No, it's not. Chances are...
Oh, Feastos are just the best snack. They're easy to carry with you and go with so many sauces. Actually, I'm gonna go buy some. Be right back.
Well, that's it, Welkin. No sign of the enemy here either. I searched all over. Looks like they've cleared out of Rule.
That's good. We finally recovered possession of our old homestead.
Yeah. But if Isara saw it as it is now, I think she'd feel sad. I mean, look at it. Empty of all the people who lived here, the mill just barely standing.
Look at that!
Welkin?
The musket is my favorite
What
weapon.
is it?
It's both
What do you
powerful
see?
and threatening. Sometimes the latter trait
A
is
lion's
far
heart.
more useful.
Is it the same one?
It's the flower that you planted that day. Stop! Stop!
This soil. Now it's flourishing. Remember what you said? That there's more going on in this world than just people killing people? There are new lives all around. New things being born, even in the middle of war.
I was right. And if I let myself get depressed, Isara wouldn't want that. Once this war's over and we come home, we'll just have to rebuild it. We'll rebuild all of it. Every last building.
Yes, we will. And we'll show Martha's little boy. We'll show him the town where he was born.
Yeah.
Now the militia is headed here to Ramfreeze even as we speak. What?
The year was 1935 BC. Two powers controlled the continent. In the east, the sun rose over the autocratic East European Imperial Alliance, otherwise known as the Empire. In the west, a network of loosely allied democracies formed the Atlantic Federation. Both powers depended on a precious mineral, ragnite, for their survival, and its growing scarcity led to the inevitable war. Hostilities began in the east, when the Empire aggressively crossed their west.
Oh, Feastos are just the best snack. They're easy to carry with you and go with so many sauces. Actually, I'm gonna go buy some. Be right back.
YouTube, what it do? It is another beautiful morning in Miami. Today is our last day in Miami. As you guys know, we've only been here for one day. We got here yesterday, so it's a short, quick little trip. But today, essentially, we're going to be touring some markets, hopefully locking something in to fully move into either this month or next month. But I've got a few tours scheduled for today. As of right now, it's going to be woke up this morning, had a meeting with a client, got some just client work done and stuff, decided to start the vlog right now. Now I'm about to head to lunch, and then after lunch, I'm going to head straight to these apartments. So you guys are going to come with me. Today's going to be a cool day. I've got some dinner plans tonight as well. So you guys enjoy watching the video. And then tomorrow, we're traveling back to Arizona, which is kind of unfortunate. I can't really say that I want to go back to Arizona, but I'm going to be going back to Arizona tomorrow. But it's all good. Because hopefully within the next month, within this month, next month, I'll be fully moved into. But it is another beautiful day outside today. The sun is shining. It's the city is active. It's a great day to be in Miami. So let's go get some lunch. Oh my gosh, boys, it's so beautiful today. The Florida weather just makes me happy, bro. It just puts me in a good mood. I love Florida. The thing that I love about Miami too is that everything is within walking distance. Like lunch spot, 10-minute walk. So it's like it's good. It gets you outside more, gets you more active, which that's the good part about this city, man. Alright guys, I didn't get it on camera, but I was just walking and some dude comes up. It's like, hey guys, I fucking do content. Super chill dude. Shout out to you if you're watching this. Did you order yet? Oh, we're good. But is there anything else I should try that isn't the steak fry? Because those were pretty good last time I had them. I think that's the only option, honestly. Alright, bet. Good, man. Could I get the steak tacos, please, and a cold brew smoothie? Thank you. That's it. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Hey. Sports. Shit, Boston. What's that? Breakfast sandwich? Actually, really good. Delicious. It's real good.
Stop right there!
Bill,
Drop your weapons!
yeah, for sure, bro. What's on? How you doing? Good to see you too. Hi, Bergen. Nice to meet you. Nice. What do you think, Philip? I'll have to move this view. The layout isn't bad itself, but no, this is good. I ain't paying that much money for that. What do you think, Philip? I'll have to move this view. The layout isn't bad itself, but no, this is good. I ain't paying that much money for that view.
Hands where I can see them!
We just toured 2 of those units at that building. I really fucked with that second one. But try to see if we can tour the second one. Just provide a tour of one more. How's it going, man? Perfect, nice to meet you. I just don't like that. Balconies are super nice, but alright, boys. So we finished touring some apartments at that one building. We toured like 3 of them. Honestly, the only valid one was the second one, but the dilemma is that Pierre, Fredo, and I all want to move into the same building, so we're by each other, and there's just not shit for units available. It's only like 1 that makes sense. And obviously we're all getting our own places, so we need 3 units. But right now, we're going back to a different building to go tour this other unit. It was actually the unit I was talking about yesterday, which in my last vlog. So we're gonna go check that out and kind of see what the vibe is with that. So I was just gonna say what happened. Yeah, what happens now? This is hot. 80-something floors high. It's like the tallest building in Miami. So I'd be, if I was to do this, one of the tallest people up in Miami, which would be pretty cool. But there's a fire zone. Alright, boys. Well, I didn't really vlog much because that whole situation was just a little awkward in the leasing office. But basically, we went through that apartment, obviously, that you guys saw. We went down to the leasing office, and I filled out the paperwork to sign the lease for that apartment. So it looks like everything's kind of falling into place here in Miami within the, I don't know, bro. It might be within the next, I don't want to quote it, but it might be within the next couple of weeks that we're going to be living in Miami, man. So we're going to see how this whole thing plays out. The guy I'm subleasing the apartment from said that I can basically move in whenever I want this month. So I just have to wait for the background check to come through, which takes about 2 days, and then the actual application process to come through, which is going to take about 2 days. So it should be about 4 days, and obviously we'll hear back if we're an accepted applicant or not. Obviously we will. I have anything on my record, and obviously I'm making enough money to live there. So yeah, excited, obviously, to just get out of Arizona, get to Miami, man. I'm gonna have to be paying double rent until May because my lease in Arizona is valid until May. But it is what it is, man. As y'all know, I'm just trying to get the fuck to Miami, bro. I'm just trying to be here, just get a new scene of life. Way better out here, bro. It's just a healthier lifestyle. And overall, I think it's just gonna help me when it comes to my workflow, just connections, just really everything overall. But yeah, boys, it's official. We are moving to Miami. I'll do a nice vanilla latte, please, and a water. 16 ounce, please. Myself a little caffeine. This and some work done, boys. How you going so far, bro? Oh, no, right. I came to the gym, found a car, so that started me off low frequency. Then kind of made up for it by being working and eating healthy. So I'm starting high frequency, but I'm still not high frequency. Trying to get those frequencies up, bro, because we decided to go to DC with some of the ER team members.
Adonis, come on.
Adonis says cold call.
Here, you get the cold call, bro. He's here.
Adonis, I turned the volume.